Well, hello, beautiful people. I thought I'd start the live while my guest joins me. She's just getting ready. So, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Um, I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for those who were my members live today. Remember that the members live, I give you info that shouldn't be made public. So, yes. So, yeah, from Berkshire. Oh, wow. Precious Devere, I think. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, beautiful people? Hello, hello. I want you to show a lot of love to my guest when she comes on because she's one of my favorite people, and you all love her too. So I'm sure that I don't even need to ask you this. Davy JG. Wow, it's 4 a.m. and you're watching. Woo, thanks so very much, guys. I am always so appreciative and grateful for you for always coming here and joining me. South Africa, hello, shalom. You're in Florida. Staffordshire, UK. Wow. Hello. Hello. Where is Megan Small? No, no, it's not Megan Small. It's not Megan Small. With Megan Small, I do it on Wednesdays. No, it's not Megan Small. Besides, Megan Small is busy this weekend. So, yes, thanks you very much for everybody who comes and joins me all the time. Sweden, Idaho, yay, Yorkshire, England, yay, yay. Hello, guys. Um, I just want to say thank you. Welcome to the live. As soon as my guest gets in, I'm going to get started. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you. Um, Thanks for those of you who join the Royal Mess, the news flash every day. Those of you who always come to my lives, thank you very much for all of that. And yeah, from all over the world. And I hope you're enjoying today is Saturday, right, guys? When you work pretty much every day, 7 days a week, I don't even know which days it is. It's like you know. Nora Nutti, hello, watching from Norway. Wurangerdemedai. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ontario, Canada. Hello. One of my days, one of these days, I wish, I'm sure I'll end up going to Australia, but for the time being, yes, from all over the world. How cool is that, guys? Isn't it amazing? And you guys know that I'm electronically challenged, technologically challenged, but it's amazing that we all get to. I don't even know how internet works. Do any of you know? But it's amazing how my image is in this thing. It is kind of weird. So yay! My guest is coming. So, oh, thanks so very much. Thanks for the super chats, for the PayPal donations, for the Patreon, everything, guys. You are amazing. So, yeah, my guest is coming very soon, so not to worry. She's fantastic. I don't think she even needs makeup, but I get it. I get it. What she's not like me. Oh, so yes. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Guys, you guys are great. Yeah, I'm getting my internet fixed. Those who join me for my members live, I'm sorry about that. I had to take that phone call, guys, because it's about the internet. And you guys know the struggles I go with this internet that I can't even update. There's a security thing that I have to update on the phone, and I still can't do it because the internet is that crap. So when they called me today during my members live, I had to take it, and I want to thank all the members live for um let me see, did I send the right link? Let me see, because I'm trying to. I think I did. I sent her the link. Okay. Oh yeah, there she is. I can't see her face. I can't see her face. You have to come with your full face. Mhm. um, so I want the moderators to come, and today I want my moderators to be on top of it. I will not tolerate, even though I like freedom of speech, I will not tolerate rudeness, period. Okay, this is my home. and God knows the sugars don't even allow us to comment on it. So I want the city, even cities are angry. You see what I mean? So I want city to, yeah, so yeah, Rock Hudson. What a name. That is funny. That name. That name. My guest is having technical difficulties, so we'll just. It won't be long. I'm sure she'll sort it out pretty soon. I'm just saying this, that from now on, you're gonna meet the angry Paula in the sense of I will not put up with things. Oh, here we go. Why?
Sorry, I had the wrong
You're
camera.
so gorgeous. You shame me. You shame me, PDina.
What are you talking about, woman?
Look at you. I mean, and this is a woman who's been running around all day.
I
All
tell
day.
you, it's been a crazy day. I was going to try to get a video up today myself, but I just didn't have the time. I had a student that I had to get her gift because she finished her classes. She did really well, and
Ooh.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure she got her little gift.
Oh, that is so nice. And how are you doing with the school? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's good.
That is fantastic what you do with that, by the way, So I want
Thank
to
you.
thank you for being, it's been such a long time since we've been together.
I know.
But this is so cool. I so love your channel. What have you been up to in your channel, gorgeous woman?
Well, I'm just trying to stay up on some of the current events and trying to get to the bottom of some things with the nefarious ways of some of the people that follow Harry and Meghan. They're out to do some not good things, and they're trying all the time to hack me. They really are just not nice
Oh,
people.
yes, yes. Tell them about that.
Well, I just get things all the time that are clearly out to do things to me, like constantly, and I don't want to give them too much publicity around what they're
No,
doing, but
we can expose their asses. So actually, if other YouTubers are listening, they pretend to send emails from lawyers' offices with links, and
Mhm.
stuff like that. It is pretty vile.
Yeah,
Pretty
and trying to
vile.
hack me all the time. Like they send me emails to my charity all the time. And it's just not nice because my work is to do good for young people. And, you're only hurting the kids when you try to hurt me in my work, and and plus my hands are a little, I'm on the back of my charity. My work is now being more and more done by the other people, not myself as much, because I'm trying to get other things going. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of like the founder,
yeah.
but a lot of the work is, behind the scenes is being done by the people that run it. And they're just messing with us. Terrible.
I mean, I know. You know what that I've gone through that
I
with.
know you've gone through a lot
I
too.
ended up in the universe and the police like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
I had to
Yeah.
slow the comments because, guys, you're going too fast for me because you all want to say hello to PDina and they're all like freaking out. They want to say
Hi,
hello from South
everybody.
Africa, gorgeous. They're asking about Mr. Otis.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he's right here. As soon as he saw me getting ready to come on, he left the living room, came in here, and wants to be in here with me now because he was with my husband, and it's like it never fails. He knows when I'm going on camera. He wants to be here. And I don't bring him. I never make him come be with me. He just wants to be here when I'm on camera. It's the
I
craziest
think
thing.
it's a narcissist. He's just like another Meghan.
Yeah.
But he's so compact, like compared
Yeah.
to that devil. You've seen Siri in action. You have seen that woman in action, and people think that she's such an angelical because she's under the sheets. Does Otis? Does Mr. Otis do that? That does he go under the sheets and and does
Yeah,
all this?
sometimes, yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, but he likes to be petted and he likes to just be under you. He has to, and like
Yeah.
wherever I go through the house, like he's following me, like, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I can't even go to the ladies' room. Like, what you doing in there? What you doing?
It's so funny, it's I see some things on TikTok about the dogs, because I watch it. What you doing? And they always show that dog following you to the bathroom. It's too funny,
It is. It's
But
crazy. It's
what
like,
else have you been up to in your channel? Have you the videos? Have you received? What is it? The news that you've done lately that it has received positive or the negative backlash?
well, just I can't talk about Catherine. I
What do you
can't.
mean?
I mean, people just like leave her alone. Don't talk about Catherine. She's healing. Like, because I did a video expressing my concerns. I'm really concerned because they said
Yeah.
that she wouldn't be coming back until like later this year, and so and people are still seeing her. They see her out and about, but it's just like I don't know. I just felt like something wasn't going on. No, you won't find the video. I had to take it down. It was
No, no,
really
no. I'm
bad.
just showing your channel for people to go to
Oh,
find you.
okay.
Paula, she has an amazing, amazing. But you should do it. I used to take it personally, and oh, you can't say that. Oh, don't. Well, you know what? Maybe you should start your own channel, and then you can come and tell me what I can talk about in my channel or not.
Yeah,
So because you can talk about Princess Catherine of absolutely. We can do like all the attacks that Meghan Markle has done to this lady. And even
yeah,
Harry. I
yeah.
don't think that you know what? I think that all stress is not good for your body.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
You
not. And
know,
I think Megan and her squad people are clearly harassing Catherine, putting nasty things out about her. And I'm just trying to defend her and and just show my concern and talk about other things besides Megan all the time. But apparently people don't want you even talking or even speculating about
no,
Catherine.
no,
They
no.
feel like
I
it's
think you should
offensive.
be that, because I know that you talk from a place of love. And you know what the problem is? There are not enough videos of Princess Catherine, people defending her or sticking out for her.
Yeah.
So, and I think that a lot of people say, oh, don't talk about her. And I think that they don't want you to do that because they don't want videos out there defending her. So I'm actually going to do a couple of videos next week about her.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a funny video. I'm going to compare Meghan by the way, guys,
Mhm.
I don't care what you're doing. You're going to go subscribe to PDina. You're gonna click like on every video that she has. I have that. If any of you are not there, you better go and do that, okay? Because she's an amazing lady. And I just want to share something. We can start with something funny, Pitana, because I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this picture. Let me see if I haven't deleted it. It's
Okay.
because I don't have I'm not very technologically challenged or whatever. Let me see. View zoom out. Zoom out. I'm gonna you zoom out because I want to. You know that I'm an '80s person, right? Like the 1980s. I was born in 1968. So
Yeah, me too. I love the 80s.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And we have this gentleman. Let me see if I remember here. Oh, thank God I didn't delete these pictures, because I'm gonna show you this, Pidina. I thought we would start with this because this is really funny. I just
Mhm.
for some reason my mind just went there. There's a few things we're gonna discuss here.
Okay.
Have you seen this picture?
I did. I did see this picture. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, this is a woman, by her own admission, claims that she didn't know she was Black Pidina. Did you know that? In Netflix, she said, well, nobody treated me like a Black woman.
I
Like,
heard her say
what a
that. Yeah.
shocker. What a shocker.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, having a mom that looks like Dory and she still didn't know she was Black.
Something's wrong with you, right? Yeah. She wanted to be the white Caucasian side, I think, more so than anything, because she's never worn her hair as an ethnic woman. And if you wanted to identify as ethnic, you would have worn your hair that way. So
Her nose, everything. This woman has completely erased everything.
yeah.
But the interesting part of it all is only white friends, white Californian friends. Why hasn't she met any Black friends? Because Serena Williams doesn't count.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Oprah doesn't count.
Nope.
Tyler Perry doesn't count.
Nope.
Kelly Rowland doesn't count. They're not friends.
We're not friends. No, she doesn't have any regular friends. She didn't hang out with black people when she was in college. She didn't befriend black people. I think she had a few guy black friends or mixed friends, not black friends, but mixed. But nothing within the black community. And this is somebody that wants to be more white than anything, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what Shallon Lester said, because Shallon Lester said when she was the editor in chief at Star Magazine, and they owned In Touch, Us, and Enquirer pretty much. She said
Hmm.
that Meghan was a source for them,
Yeah.
and in that she had Caucasian in her license, and I mean she stands by it, you
Yeah.
know. Yep,
Hmm.
she said fine. She put it out there and she says, I dare Megan to come and tell me otherwise, because I think she had to show something for payment or whatever, because she
Hmm.
also, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but so this is one of the things, and I wonder why Sussex Squad is not calling her out, Pidina.
Right. That's a good point. That is a really good point. But they want to defend the woman. She don't want to look like you, squad. She don't want nothing to do with your people, squad. But you want to defend this woman. Something is wrong with you. Okay, that's what I say. Because you have to be delusional. This is a woman that wants nothing to do with you and your culture, your people. But yet you want to defend her to the death. You are sick in the head. You are brainwashed to think she cares anything about you. She doesn't.
Yeah, and I just want to show you, but when I saw those pants, Pidina, this is what came to my head immediately. And I know,
Mm.
I know you're probably gonna
I think I
disagree
know what you're
with
going to
it.
show. I know. I knew it. She walked out the MC Hammer pants. I
She
knew it.
he wants his pants back, Megan. You know, I swear to you, when I first saw that picture, and these pants, because I remember I used to dance to this guy. This is one of my favorite songs all the
Yeah.
time, like, and I remember I was dancing my ass off to this. It's like, and when as soon as I saw those pants, it's
Uh-huh.
like MC Hammer. Probably I'm
Yeah.
the only one, because I am, but I'm the only one. But I thought, it's just him. You know, no wonder, Pidina. This woman seems to be stuck in the 90s. Have you noticed her clothes are dated?
I see that's the thing. I'm not a clothes person, but I think pointing it out, I think there are some outfits that are like that. I mean, come to, think of it, but yeah, it's
But her
yeah.
clothes, don't you find that her clothes, even her style, is like she hasn't gotten out of the 90s. They're not very modern. They're always disheveled, also.
Yeah, and wrinkled.
Yeah, don't you find that? Like, and
Yeah.
of course, guys, we're gonna talk about Nigeria because we have to talk about that, and that we're gonna talk about Georgina Lawton.
Okay. Yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
who she is, right? We're gonna talk about Georgina
Yeah.
Lawton
Mm-hmm.
because we need to talk about that, Pidina, because I really want your take, and I'm gonna show you guys something that's very bitchy
Mm-hmm.
here, but because I think that is very important. I want to hear your take on this because there's quite a few things that to me are, and you and I have talked about it, Pidina, the red
Mm-hmm.
alerts, the red flags or anything, and how people are letting this go by, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Which I'm sorry, which story
We're
are you
gonna start with,
referencing?
for example, that Meghan is claiming to be 43% Nigerian without presenting any proof. She was made, I think, two kings of that who are criminal, both of them. They're convicted. One of them is convicted twice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one that she wrote to has been convicted twice. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
he can't come to the United States because of,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then and and the fact that they accept, that I don't know if you know this, but they told her in Nigeria that they made the archives available for her to go find relatives, and she declined. She never answered back.
Of
She
course.
No, go for it. Go.
No, I was just saying, I mean, no, she's not going to follow through on anything that she has put out there because she won't get to what she wants with, going through those archives. How can she? I mean, I think it's impossible for her to be 43% Nigerian. How is that even possible when your mother is mixed herself? It's not like her mother is 100% or from Nigeria or from some country where she has a high percentage of the Nigerian, DNA. I mean, it doesn't even seem like it would add up to 43%. Like what? I mean, I'm 36%, 36 or 37. I always flip flop those numbers, but how is it even possible?
Yeah, but
Because
both your parents
Nigerian,
are
I
black.
mean,
Both
those
your
are
parents are
dark
black.
Africans because they are the real black people. She doesn't have, her mother doesn't have the African black. Her mother has the mixed black.
Yep.
There's a difference between African black and American black, because American blacks are tainted more with Caucasian because of, you know, the
Well,
slave.
she has mixed race. The Raglan last name actually comes from a British guy from Cornwall who came to the United States. He was a white slave owner, and he resided in the United States. His last name is Raglan, but I think it's from Cornwall. Guys, please remind me where he was from. And he was the father of the first Raglan that was born, slave, Richard Raglan, right?
Okay.
So this Richard Raglan, who's the original one that they descend everything from, he is mixed race because his father was British white, and then he had this he mixed up with a slave lady, and then you have Richard Raglan. Then Richard Raglan married this, or was partners with somebody called Mary, who was the mother of the next one, who married a white lady. So
Okay.
you have quite a lot of mix. This is on the Raglan side.
Okay.
On the other side, there's a lot of mulattoes. And remember that back then, Pidina, even if they were mixed race or white passing, like they call it, they still referred to them as black.
As black, that's right. That's
So
what I always say. Yeah.
so we don't know. There are some of you on the other side of the aisle, not the Raglan side, who are mulatto. There's quite a few mulattoes, and there are other ones that are called Negroes and stuff like that. But even those back then, in certain areas, they would still refer to them as black, even though they could have been, like mixed race.
Yeah.
For example, Meghan Markle would have been categorized back then as black.
Yeah, she definitely would have. That's exactly right. Yeah, because my grandfather on my mother's side was mulatto, and yeah, so they call them, they were called mulatto back then, and he was considered black. Yeah. Mhm.
And I mean, what did you think? What did you think when you saw her? Because I saw your videos. What did you think when you saw when you saw her show up at the school looking like this, Pidina? Can you imagine how, if she had gone to your school like that on a day event? Look at her side boob, and people say, "Oh no, she wasn't." Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. That's a side boob. The thing is that she doesn't have any, but
That's a side. I'm sorry. That was okay. There was the one where she was wearing the pattern shirt, and they said you could see like her nipple or her
I'll
breast
show
kind
it
of.
to you. I'll show you. I have this, but this is the first one that she popped up at the school.
Yeah.
They do school events. And look at the picture here behind Pidina. This is the one from the Times Magazine, remember?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. Why didn't they do an Invictus thing? Because this was supposed to be Invictus.
Right. Well, that's just the front. They're only saying Invictus because that's what they want people to relate the visit to. But I think there were reasons behind the Invictus Games why they really went there. Because as we know, they want to go to Ghana next, which Ghana has never participated in any Invictus. There's no connection with Invictus in Ghana. So for those reasons, I think that's why they went to Nigeria, and they want to go to Ghana, because they're not really doing it for the Invictus Games. They're doing this because they're trying to equate the Commonwealth with Harry and Meghan as the royalty. Because if you go back to the old films of the Queen Elizabeth, she was very well received in these Black Commonwealth countries. And I think they're trying to supersede that. They're trying to get out there more and more, because they know the King and Catherine are being held back in going out and, doing their duties, right? So they're trying to up their profile in these Commonwealth countries because it's a PR thing for them. They're trying to show that they are beloved and trying to equate themselves as the true royals that live in Montecito now. That's what that is. And there's money. There's reasons behind it that we don't know about that's related to
Yes.
them
Well,
getting
they got paid to
money.
go to Nigeria. They got paid to go to Nigeria, Pat.
Yes. most
They had to
definitely they
go to
got
Nigeria.
paid.
And isn't it insane that the UK government was involved in this visit?
Okay, so I did hear you talk about that.
Yep, they had to.
Yeah.
They were government employees, and not only that, and this has been confirmed that the royal household sent one employee of the royal household and one from the British embassy to follow them everywhere they went, and they were part of the thing to report back to the UK about how successful the visit was.
Okay, so this is where you're going to have to educate me some more on, because I have a problem with that. And then also, could it have been just to be a spy to see what is going on? Because I know I would do that.
No, because if the royal family really had nothing to do with this, why would they even get involved or send two employees of this? They were also involved in organizing the visit with Harry, with the what's it, the governor of Lagos, Lagos. They
Hmm.
were involved with that. We also saw with I don't know if you know Save the Children there, that
Hmm.
Save the Children UK, Princess Anne is their royal patron, right? And they,
Hmm.
how they posted pictures of Harry and Meghan Markle with Miss Anne Harriman, and everybody was like, "Oh no, that's because of Miss Anne." But your patron is Princess Anne, and Harry and Meghan Markle have accused the monarchy, pretty much the patron and everybody, of being racist, of the Commonwealth organization in itself being a
Hmm.
colonization 2.0. So why would you host two individuals in your organization that have trashed the patron, the main patron of your organization? So we did a live, because I do the royal news and we do that thing in the morning, and Ron called the Save the Children because
Hmm.
one of my subscribers sent an email that she received from Save the Children saying, yeah, they coordinated everything with the palace. They notified the palace. Why would they need to notify the palace at all if this is an independent visit? You know what I mean? Because, for
Right.
example, they have celebrities coming. They don't notify Princess Anne. Okay, is it okay for you to be there?
Okay, so this is disturbing. What in the world is going on? How is that even possible, Paula?
I have no idea. And they were addressed. And another thing, Pidina, Pat, is that on at the beginning of March, the UK signed a £7 billion trade deal with Nigeria.
Yeah.
So there is absolutely minus 1 billion chance that Nigeria would risk hosting Harry and Meghan Markle, two individuals who have gone beyond the pale to trash the king. By the way, Charles has been there 4 times. The last time was in 2018. Um, from a government who's given them £7 billion on a trade deal. And they hosted him as a head of state. Everything was a head of state,
Hold on,
inspecting
they hosted. Wait a minute, they hosted
Harry as a head of
Harry
state.
as the head of state.
Well, he did the military inspection that is only, I want people to understand that
Okay.
when you do a military inspection, that is only for heads of states or its representatives. That is not, oh, maybe they were being nice. You don't see Angelina Jolie being when she goes to these places, or anybody. These things are just for heads of state or their representatives. For example, when King Charles, well, he was Prince of Wales, went to Nigeria in 2018, he inspected the military because
Mm-hmm.
he went on behalf of the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is an absolute strict protocol. That is, it is a fact.
Okay, Paula, I need to understand what the royal household then is doing, because I know that when I did my video, I talked about him doing that too, but from a rogue perspective, like he was just doing things that he really should not have been doing, but he was doing them because they allowed him to. But you're saying they did this because they had approval from the royal
Absolutely.
house.
Okay, you tell me, do you think that Nigeria would risk breaching serious protocol when they're about to get £7 billion from the UK government to basically treat Harry and Meghan as royal? They even call them HRH. They
Yeah.
sang the national anthem at that dinner, and we still haven't heard a peep. neither from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or Home Secretary in the United Kingdom, saying just a short sentence. What people have been like, people were all excited because, oh, the High Commissioner, the British High Commissioner, in a visit that he did someplace in Nigeria, said, well, I'm glad that Meghan and Harry are coming, but they're not coming here on behalf of His Majesty. But that is not an official statement.
No, they didn't put out an official statement saying
Nothing,
that.
absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Okay, so but now the defense minister who invited them, they basically, I heard, run the country. I mean, is
He's
that
the one that
correct?
runs the country. And what people don't understand is that it wasn't a private organization that invited Harry and Meghan. It was the Minister of Defense, one of the highest ranking. And he wouldn't have done that without the approval of the president. Because that way, if as a minister, you can't be inviting people without the go ahead of the president.
But the president refused to meet with them, apparently.
No,
That's what
he said that he refused to meet with him.
that's what I was told.
No, he didn't refuse to meet with them. They just didn't put it in there because they didn't want to make it too obvious. But he didn't refuse to meet with them. But people don't understand that for example, the Minister of Defense is not going to invite Harry and Meghan Markle and put such a massive thing, organize such a massive thing without the approval of the president. It doesn't happen.
That's interesting.
This would be, for example, the Minister of Defense of the United Kingdom inviting Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then having Bill Clinton come to the United Kingdom and having him inspect the military, have him with all full security everywhere around the UK, like everything, sing the national anthem, have a dinner, and you have the dignitaries, all the major dignitaries. It just doesn't happen. I want people, maybe if I put it in a different geographical area, people will understand. The Minister of Defense would never do that because the Minister of Defense does not have the right to do that. And if he does, it would be with the approval of the Prime Minister or the Home Office.
Interesting. So yeah, I've got that's something to look into. I think that is really something, because how could they possibly be supporting them in Nigeria? So you're saying the king is supporting Harry and Meghan on these?
Well, what other explanation do you see, PDina?
Okay,
What
give me the
other
reason, the
explanation
motive.
do you see?
What is the motive to do that?
Well, I don't know. They're trying to get them back. I don't know if you noticed that around that time in the UK, everybody was saying what a waste opportunity. The UK, the monarchy with Harry and Meghan Markle, how great they're. I was like, what Kool-Aid are you drinking?
Yeah.
And these were all the outlets. Even one of the guys is in GB News or something like that. Guys, remind me who he is. He's very well known, and probably you know him. I think it's Nolan or something like that. He was like, "Oh my God, bring them back again! Look what like the whole UK press were pushing what a success this was."
Yeah, I did see that everywhere.
Everywhere, and the UK was everywhere. What a wasted opportunity! Blah 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 blah. I'm like, really, really, this woman. I mean, what did you think of that outfit when she showed up? Did you get to see her? And did you see how she turned away from the two girls that were in the line offering?
Yeah, I saw that. That was very rude. I think she has no couth about, like, she doesn't have manners. She's so consumed with herself that she can't even see how she is behaving towards people and seeing how they may feel. She just is so consumed by how she is. That's why she's so rude all the time, because she's only thinking about, well, oh, I'm gonna go see so and so, and oh, the cameras look like, forget the fact that she's being introduced to a young lady who looks like she's getting ready to present her with something, and completely dissed the girl. It was so embarrassing.
I was like, and you know what? And it's like, oh, the cameras are there, and you can see the little girl's face. The young lady's face, like completely like
dropped. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah,
that was pretty bad, PDina, don't you think?
I believe, she needs to be put in her place in a very strong way, I think. But I don't know if that is going to happen if you say that the royal household is backing them in some kind of underground way if they're not. I mean, if they're, man, Paula, what in the world?
Yeah, and Ron actually called what's it called? The Save the Children Live when we were doing live. And they told him, yeah, we told the palace, they were absolutely informed about everything we were doing with Harry and Meghan Markle. So why would the palace be involved at all with Harry and Meghan Markle if they are non-working royals? You didn't see them do that with Fergie.
What do you mean, do what with Fergie?
When Fergie was not, well, Fergie's no longer, well, officially she's not a royal. They wouldn't send anybody here, and people are trying to make an excuse for, oh, maybe they were spying. No, they don't need to spy if you don't want anything to do, because finding out that they sent somebody doesn't look good, does it?
No, well, it wouldn't look good, but I mean, I would almost want to see what they're doing and having somebody there from my office to keep tabs on them. I mean, that could be the case too. I mean, don't
No,
you think?
because these guys are being made public, and probably the Nigerian government would have been able to give him the info. You know what I mean? But it's all very shady, to tell you the truth. It's
It
incredibly
is. It's very
shady.
shady.
It's not a good look. For me, that's just my opinion. It's not a
Mhm.
good look. I mean, and also, with protocol, the way this woman was dressed, this is when she was like showing her sternum everywhere she went. PDina.
Yeah. Yeah, that's terrible. See, and that's the thing, like her lack of respect for the country and the rules and what they're about over there. And you speak a lot through your clothing choices. And this is why I believe the first lady, the said what she said about Meghan, but then we heard that she tried to walk back what she said. Some people were saying, well, that wasn't official, but her office, it came out that her office did put out a statement saying what she really meant, because I think people came out and said, you can't say that about Meghan, and they
But
walked it
that's
back.
not true. The office hasn't put out any statements, Pidina. That is wrong information from AFP.
They've been everywhere. Even GB News reported that.
Nope, they haven't seen. They said that they received an email from the first lady, right?
Yeah.
They haven't shown the email. They refused to show the email. If you have that email, you can post it and just blacked out the email address and say, this is the email received from they just want us to take their word for it, because the first lady of Nigeria hasn't really said anything, and
Okay. Can't she come out and say, no, I did not post an
why
email?
is she why is she going to do that for? You know what I mean?
But because people are putting words into your mouth and saying that you said something, or you tried to backtrack what you said. I know if someone said I tried to backtrack my words, I would say, who's putting out this false information?
I think she just wants to let this die. And she's doing it as a favor to the royal family, because she doesn't want the royal family to lose face, because whether we like it or not, they treated these two idiots like royalty.
Yeah, they did.
Like working royals. Harry should have never had that kind of security. He should have never inspected the military. The national anthem, the British national anthem, should have never been sung. Maybe Meghan didn't sing it because she still doesn't know the words to the national anthem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
they
guess
were paid a lot of money to be there. That's why
1
they
million,
went.
1 million,
1 million?
1 million bucks,
Oh, you know how much they got paid?
1 million bucks.
Wow.
So people, and you know what's the worst part of it all? That they're using Invictus, the organization, and
Yep.
Invictus is lending themselves to be used that way.
Mm-hmm. That's wrong, because that's a charity, and that charity is supposed to do work, on behalf of the people that they're serving. And I think they've broken charity laws, because they are spending money and representing this charity in a way that's not true. I mean, how could you be going there and being paid $1 million for personal gain, but yet saying you're there for the charity? That money, if they received it, should have gone to the charity. So if they went over there on false pretenses that they're there for the charity, but yet they got that money privately, they are breaking laws on behalf of the work for their charity, because that's false PR. There's something wrong with that. You can't do that. So they're using that charity as a front to make money. They're not really using it to do the work that they say that they are doing. Like, who's benefiting from that? No, not only that, but the people that run the Invictus Games want to get rid of Harry's leadership, because they believe that they're not there to represent the Invictus Games authentically. They're trying to tie in Archwell and doing all these things that are completely unnecessary. I mean, think about it. Why is Archwell have anything to do with the Invictus Games? The Invictus Games is its own charity. It doesn't need Archwell. It doesn't need representation from another charity, because they're not raising money on behalf of the Invictus Games through the charity. And if they are, that Harry and Meghan are getting it privately. And it should be in their 990 report if they are, which I doubt it is. I mean, which is public record. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just take a look right now just to see.
You tell them, and isn't it amazing about this raceless lady? Remember Georgina Lawton, how she said, where she was when she found out, PDina, that she was Nigerian, 43% Nigerian. She was in Nicaragua, in Corn Island on the Atlantic coast, where I was born. I wasn't born in Corn Island. I was born in Ciuna, in the mining triangle, because it's 3 cities: Ciuna, Ciuna, Bonanza, and Rosita. So I was born in Ciuna, but Corn Island is further down below. It's beautiful Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
And she was traveling, and she found out through her phone. I guess she has an app or something that you can find. They send you the results, or whatever. I don't know how that works. And she found out that she was 43% Nigerian. So she FaceTimed her mother, and she told her, guess what, Mom? I'm 43% Nigerian. And then the mom, there was a silence. If that sounds familiar, because we know who used the very same story. She published her thing in 2020, mid-2020, and we have Meghan Markle plagiarizing her story word for word.
Yeah.
What do you make of that, PDina? And why do you think nobody's calling? This is what really drives me up the wall. Why are the press not calling her out on this crap?
I think the press are told to, I think this is why YouTubers and people that research outside of the press corps is so good, because the press, I believe, are given certain information that as a press they have to abide by, right? Like when there's a blackout, or when there's what's it called when they want to kill a story, or when there's what they call it, an embargo. Like, there are certain things that they cannot report on or say. I think there's a common narrative when it comes to reporting, unless you find someone who is an investigative journalist or somebody who is, kind of going against the grain. You can find information that is not what is being said by the press. And if I could just quickly, and we'll get back into that, but I just looked up Harry and Meghan's Archwell Foundation through one of our American platforms called GuideStar. And as I remember, we are gold or platinum. Harry and Meghan's foundation for Archwell is at the bronze level, which means they are at the very lowest level to be transparent about their charity. And when they are at the bronze level, they are refusing to show their IRS forms or making them available on this platform. And I think that right there just shows you that there is no real transparency with this charity, because they are using it to enrich themselves, I believe, because they're making themselves appear as if they're there for charity reasons, but the money's coming straight from, for example, Nigeria to Harry and Meghan, which should be going to the charity to continue the work. But it's bypassing the charity and going straight to Harry and Meghan, I see, or feel like, because they don't have any transparency. I mean, and why wouldn't you? You should. If you're getting, their gross receipts are at $2 million. Their assets are at $8 million. So, like, they don't want to show the information that highlights these numbers. And I think they have a lot to hide. I really do.
Well, the thing is, though, PDina, that this was also a spin that the press gave, and Harry and Meghan, saying that the check was in the mail. I'm going to tell you how things happen. They were supposed to, the charity year, according to what I was told, is from the 1st of January till the 31st of December. That is the
Mhm.
calendar year for that. And they're supposed to submit their records, if it's a charity, to the Department of Justice or something like that, right? And then
Mhm.
they submit that but by the end of April, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Harry and Meghan, for 2022, they requested an extension because they couldn't submit it by April 2023. They were granted the extension, which was due on April, I think April 14 or something like that, of 2024. They were
Mhm.
supposed to submit their 2023 calendar year with the 2022 calendar year things. Because they didn't, automatically a letter was sent. Because you know how these things are, you have a deadline. When it doesn't happen, a
Yep.
letter gets sent
And you
out.
have to stop. You can't unless you get that filed. And the
Yes.
fact that that wasn't filed is like it's ridiculous, especially when you have people making as much money as they make that work for that organization. You know, you should not be missing that filing.
No, but what the press tried to say, oh, first Meghan said, oh, we didn't know. Then they said, there was another article that they put out, and I really believe that they put out so many stories, so many versions of the same of the things to confuse everybody. First, they said that they didn't know about it. Secondly, they said that they were informed about it before they flew to Nigeria. They were
Mhm.
informed before Harry went to the Mass at Invictus Games because they received that on May 3rd.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, and then they said that, oh yeah, they did send it, but they sent the check and it was lost in the mail for an entire year. First of all, they don't pay like that anymore. You do electronically. And then
Mhm.
and then they said that it was a mistake of the office, right? Now,
Mhm.
if they asked for the extension, why were they saying they had sent the check if they themselves had asked for the extension? Because what they wanted people to focus on was the $200, not the fact that they haven't sent the documents, the records, and they still haven't sent the records. Because then, if you went on the website, and I did this many times, guys, it said that they were supposed to hand over the documents for 2023 by May 15th,
Mhm. Mhm.
2024, and they hadn't done it.
Mhm.
So that means that they're still delinquent because they still haven't sent the records.
Yeah, and then Gavin Newsom coming out saying that they are compliant now.
Yep. Well, before, and I did like 4 days. I was really going hard on them because if you want go to the website for the Justice Department and you type Archwell Foundation, they were on the list for delinquency. And I did screenshots and everything. I was like, they're
Mhm.
delinquents, and I kept saying it is not the $200 or
Mm.
$400. It is the records. Because if you and I also in the website it says that once the records are received, it'll take 30 to 90 days to be removed from the delinquent because they
Mm.
have to review their records.
Mhm.
Yet
Mhm.
they were moved because on the fourth day, I remember it happened on real time, Pidina. I actually was taking a screenshot, and then
Mhm.
I went back to refresh the page and they were gone.
Wow. So they intervened on their behalf. The governor's office. They had to.
Absolutely.
See, that's the thing that I'm always saying about Harry and Meghan. You know, they are doing things on the back end that we don't see. Unless you're doing these searches and investigating information that's in the news, you're not going to see the true picture of it. I think because they're putting out so much false PR as well, so you're not going to get the truth a lot of times from these news outlets because um they can be told one thing by Harry Meghan's PR and go with it, or just not even bother to follow up on a lot of different things. So it's good that you're doing that, Paula, and I'm looking at their 2021 record now,
You should do a
and
video about that, Pidina, and expose that. Maybe you know what? Maybe you should explain in a video, Pidina, what that means, so people can and you can take a screenshot of their status inside of that, and
yeah,
say this is what it means. Because I think a lot of people would love that, won't you guys? Because
yeah,
a lot of people are confused by what that means, what is really going on. Because you do have a charity in the United States, so you do know what you're talking about.
I probably should do that only because I know what things we've done to try to show transparency and to just, try to be at the highest level as we can. And they're at the very bottom of transparency, and that just says so much. And
No,
then you can look at, you know, the information that they file, like how much the people are making. You can look at who their donors are. They've gotten
can you
money
see who the
from.
donors are? Because they have them anonymous to the public. Can you see who the donors are?
No, I can see who some of them are. They got a donation from the NAACP in
What?
2021. Yep, for the amount of 125,000.
Wait a minute, that was the prize money, because remember that Archwell gave the
Oh
NAACP
yeah.
$100,000.
Mhm.
Archwell Foundation gave the NAACP $100,000. They donated it, and then they won the prize for $100,000. And I think the 25,000 is the fee they got paid to attend.
Okay. Yep.
Well, they have it as a donation. That wasn't a donation. Why is the NAACP it doesn't make sense. Meghan Markle donated, and Archwell donates 100,000 to the NAACP, and then the NAACP donates 125. I remember that the lady won from the Archwell Foundation. She won 100,000, the $100,000 prize.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, but there's others. They have it broken down in different categories.
Can
So,
you tell me who gave the 13 million? Can you see that? Oh my goodness.
okay, so this is 2021.
Well, that's the one
Well,
that they have.
20, I don't know why it's the 20. Why don't we see 2022? Is what I want to know.
Because they haven't filed the records. They
But
still haven't. They should be delinquent because they
that's
haven't filed
right.
the records. They
That's
haven't filed
right.
the records, so they're still delinquent. They
They're
just
still delinquent. Yeah.
they just removed them from the list, but they're still delinquent because those records should be public.
Yep. They don't have
You
that
know
up
what,
here.
Pidana? You should request them, because those records, because they are a charity,
Yep.
they have to give you those records.
Maybe I can request it from the IRS.
Yeah, you can do that.
You know,
Because those things should have been filed for 2023. This is the whole, oh my God, this is so good, because that means that they haven't filed the records. And they
Paula? Hello? Hello? Paula? Hello? Am I frozen? Okay, this is weird. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that, Pidina. It's just that the electricity went out. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside because there's better light there. But I was like, so they haven't done the 2022 thing.
Okay, I'm going to the hold on, let me go back to the IRS website here and pull it up. Tax period. Let me just go back. Okay, I'm searching all of their records. And the only one I see is the tax period 20. All I see is the 2021. Yeah.
So they don't have any.
That I see is the 2021 return. That's the only one.
Yeah, so they haven't filed the other ones, Pidina.
So yeah, so let me just hold up one second here. I just need to check on something.
Isn't it good that we did this live, woman? Because now you can check. Oh my, this is so awesome. So I'm still blown away that because remember that in 2021 they got the $10 million dollar donation, and then another one for 3 million. Can you see that?
Yeah, well, which year are we talking about?
2021, that's the only one they had, because in 2020 they were still not.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I'm just going to do something to confirm a cross check here.
So juicy.
I'm going, okay, yeah. So when I pull up my charities, I see all of my years 16, 18, 19, 21, 22. Okay, so let me pull up theirs. All I see is 2021.
Who donated what to them in 2021, PDina?
Okay, so let me go to what's been donated to them. Okay. So I mean, they had quite a few donations. Okay, so the World Central Kitchen, $300,000.
No, wait a minute. No. That's what they donated to, right?
Hold on. Hold on. Grants and other assistance to domestic organizations. Yes, but this is all in one. Hold on. Let me go down further to the from. And I don't see they don't have anything listed from. Hold on. This is everything that they have donated to. You're right, Paula. I don't see anything that shows who donated to them.
But do you see any income, even if it says anonymous?
Part grants and other assistance to domestic individuals, grant agreements, obligations of receiving organizations to provide regular updates. They don't put hardly anything in their return. Nothing. I don't see anything that shows grants and other assistance or entities outside the United States. So I guess this is money that they've received as well. The Europe, Iceland, and Greenland region. Who would that be? Okay, one just says mental health. The other one says efforts to improve access to COVID vaccines globally, 150,000. Yeah, improve diversity, 14,000. Grants to recipients, 183,000 in total. I don't see they don't have anything listed for who has given them money, right? That's what you're asking. Hello?
I am sure that you have in your thing who donated to you. You can see your donors, right?
I can't see their donors, no.
But that's what I'm asking you. If you can see.
Yeah, that's what I asked you for clarification. I'm looking now. They don't have it filled in. It's all blank.
Yeah, I just want to say something to Robin D. Robin D, we're not looking at Archwell. Archwell, they can put that Superman is the one who donated the 10 million. In their documents that they filed, where PDina is looking, which is the government, they should have that reflected. They should have how much they got from who. Even if they don't want to say the name, they can have to put anonymous donation of X amount of money. But PDina is looking directly at the records, and they don't have, there's nothing, because they got $13 million in total.
Yep, they got 13 million. And then there's a section where you break down who that money is from, but they don't list it. They didn't put any of that in there.
But how can that be? Because even if it's anonymous, they have to say anonymous donor and break it down.
Okay, public support. Okay, so they have to list their public support. They don't have anything in there. Section B, total support from other sources. There's nothing. Yeah, they just didn't list it. Amount from line 4. Yep. And they don't.
But is that even allowed, PDina?
Huh?
Is that allowed?
I don't know that, they might see, because they are public people. Maybe they're afforded certain advantages.
It doesn't matter who you are. The rules for charity and tax is the same. It doesn't matter who you are, PDina.
Receive subpartial purpose.
So you don't have the 2022 records, and you don't have the 2023 records.
Nope, they don't list them. It's not listed, and it should be. It should be available on the website for the IRS, and it's not.
Can you request the list? Can you request them to send it to you?
Yeah, I can. May have to.
If you can do it and let me know, we can do it today. You can apply for it online, right?
Let me see if I can apply online.
Guys, this is absolutely insane.
I just
You
can't believe
you
how
guys
they
don't
were.
understand the importance of what we're reading right now, or what PDina is just finding out. You really don't understand the importance of all of this.
Yeah,
Because
because
this means that they have to put that they when they put 13 million, but they have to put where at least you know whether the state or something like that where it comes from, because it affects the other person's taxes as well. So they only put 13 million and then yes, Limonada, yeah, Pidina is doing it.
get it. Okay, yeah,
You know,
technically.
are we all curious? We're all, don't you guys tell me you don't are not curious. We're all curious here. If you don't, I don't know. I mean, this is better than gossip. Go for it. I mean, see if you can find us, if you can order it, Pidina, and say, because you can. They're a public charity, guys. They're listed as a public charity.
Learned about tax deductible.
And as such,
Right.
anybody in the entire United States is entitled to get a copy of their official records, tax, and stuff like that.
Yep, that's exactly right. I mean, you'll see that we don't make money, and but it's, I mean, it's all out there. It's available to search and look up, and I just can't believe they only have their 2021 listed on here. So
And
tell
you
me
can
about.
complain also. You can complain also to the Justice Department saying, you know, why did they lift them from the delinquent list if they haven't submitted their records?
Okay, so now the delinquent list that they're probably talking about is the one from the state. Is from what
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
Okay, so that won't have anything to do with the one for the IRS, because that's the
No,
federal.
no, I know. But the thing is that why would they remove them from the delinquent list? Because what's happened is if they don't submit the documents in the time frame, then the IRS interferes.
Uh,
And it triggers a full audit.
the IRS interferes if they don't submit their state
Well,
documents.
yeah, because I called the Justice Department, right?
Mhm.
I didn't. People called the governor's office. Why would I call the governor's office? Is it the department, you know, the Justice Department in charge of that? So I called them and I asked them, and they said, well, if they have they said, the guy said, well, they asked for an extension. I don't know why they're saying that they sent the records. They haven't sent the records, he said. And because they know that because they asked for an extension. I didn't even know that until they told me. And I'm like, really? Yeah, he said they had until April 2023 to submit both records, the 2024 and the 2023 and 2022. But when they didn't, there was an automatic letter sent to, you know, the charities.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, and what happens if they don't submit? And then he said, well, you know, then after X amount of time. Oh my God, Princess Limonada, thank you so very much. Oh, thanks so very much. Yes, and also to Pidina. Oh, crap, Pidina. You should have also streamed this on your channel.
Streamed what? What are you talking about?
The live, so your guests can see it too.
Oh, it's okay. I guess we'll just have to do another one another time.
Yeah, another one, because, you know, with Meghan's Mo, she does that. And so we're both seeing it in both channels.
Oh, okay. Well, we can
Yeah,
do
so
that.
your viewers can watch it and comment and everything, you know, as well. Fuck, I forgot about that. But this is thank you so very much, Princess Limonada. But this is unbelievable, Pidina. So the guy was very kind. He was upset when I said, well, the governor said that your office was guilty. And he goes, and I said, what do you have to say about that? And he goes, we don't speak for the governor. Phone him. I earned that response, you know. I get it, you know. He's right. This is at the governor's office. You got to phone him to see what he says. You know, it's like, okay, fair enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Pinaina is like, and so he said, if they have 3 months to submit it from the deadline, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can ask for another extension, but they said that after 1 year, it's highly unlikely that they will get it because they have a whole year, a year and a half almost to do the books, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they said that it usually after 3 months, they still have 3 months. And if after 3 months, then they refer the charity to the IRS to investigate, to do an audit.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess you haven't done that because your charity is absolutely top of the line, guys, by the way. So, you know, her charity is not like Meghan Markle's.
Yeah, my charity is very small, and We
But
even
that's
tried to get
amazing
the highest.
things with students, by the way.
Hmm?
But you do amazing stuff for students, education, and stuff and
Yeah,
everything.
we're trying. It's hard because we don't have the dollars like Harry and Meghan. And I just look at them getting all this money and they just use their charity for themselves. That's what I believe. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, why are you not being more transparent? Why are you only at the bronze level? Why are you not showing things as a platinum, full transparency? Because they don't really care. I don't think they really care.
But Pidina, so the 2021 that you see, they only
Mhm.
have the amount of money they received, but they haven't detailed it, right?
Yeah, it's not detailed at all. They don't have anything filled in that shows where that money that they have, that 13 million, because it shows, okay, the calendar year, fiscal year beginning in 2021, like 27. When did they start this charity? In 2020?
2021.
Okay,
Don't you
so
remember that they left? Don't you remember that they fled? Sorry, they fled. They escaped the palace in 2020, I think. And in 20, but they had until March 31st, 2021. And they
mhm.
started Archwell around that time. So it would have been 2021 because remember that they had problems getting Archwell off the ground in 2020?
Okay, yeah. So it would have been, yeah, around that time. So why are we not seeing this other years like 22? And that's what I'm saying. So they've only have this one down. Now they could have done an EZ, which is less than $50,000, but I know they've never done less than 50,000 in receipts. They've always had more than that. But I'll just look just to confirm. So let's see here.
This says Sleepless in America saying, Pidina, check the guidances and state laws. It is legal for charities to keep some donors private at the donor's request. Yeah, but they would still need to disclose which donor gave what. Even if you don't disclose the names, you have to say we got 10 million from an anonymous donor and
Mhm.
another 3 million from another anonymous donor, maybe to the public, but the IRS would need to know because the donor, I'm pretty sure, is getting a tax write-off when they
Right.
make these
Exactly.
donations. Right,
Mhm.
Pidana, or am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Right. Yeah, they're getting a tax write-off. So they have to say, unless I guess I don't know if they requested or if it's just on their tax return. They can say, well, we donated like 10 million to XYZ charity and it's on their return. And maybe it just doesn't reflect on the return of the charity with their name, but it reflects the dollar amount. See that? I mean, maybe they can do that. I don't know. I mean, I never been given an anonymous donation. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, actually, I take that back. We did get an anonymous donation of, I think, $500, which is $500. They didn't want to know. They didn't want their name, like we couldn't know who they were, the person that donated the $500. So all we had was, because I remember it was from Charles Schwab, like one of those investor banks, and we couldn't know who it was. So it was completely anonymous. So we didn't know who to put down as the giver of that grant. So we just included it in our support. So that's probably what they've done. They've done this privately with one of those high level banks where they can be anonymous and not have to say what amount came from who. But when you get into these higher level dollar brackets, maybe there's new laws around banking since 9/11 where certain things have to be disclosed to the government when you're doing money transactions that are above, I think, 10,000 or something like that. So see, at this level of donations, I don't know what that would be, but at our level, we didn't have the right to see who gave us the $500. But that's $500. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Paula?
But the thing is though is that how the electricity came back, by the way, guys. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how to get rid of this thing here. Let me see. Did I get rid of that one?
No, it's still there.
It's still there. There it goes my thing. Okay, so anyways, but yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I don't even know how to how you can do all of that. How can they get away with all of that, Pidina?
Right. First of all, why can we not see the 22 return?
Can you ask for it, Pidina? Can you ask for it online?
Of
Because I
course.
know that if you ask the charity directly, they will have to give it to you.
Yeah, they will have to. And sometimes they make it available on their websites. Sometimes charities make it available. I don't know that I can do it online here. I may have to call them to do it, but it just seems very fishy that they have $13 million
Isn't
donated
it
to
insane?
them. And then I can see who they gave the money to. So, like you were saying, um, but I can see also how much the people make, like their officers.
Oh, how much do they make? Because he was paying the women less.
Oh, they were paying the women less money?
Yeah. Megan, the feminist. She was paying and the woman was doing twice the work.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Their officers, schedule 1, see additional data. Um, okay, so this is who they've donated grants to. See, we're not a grant giving, like we don't give out like all the time grants. But let's see, Meghan the Duchess of Sussex and Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex,
Ugh.
a remarried certain officers of the foundation through their firms have a business relationship with the directors outside of the foundation. Those individuals and their firms are receive no compensation from the foundation, and all services provided by those parties to the foundation were rendered pro bono. Let's see, a copy of the 990
Robin
annual.
D is saying it's on their website. I don't trust anything they put on their website. They can put anything, but the real records are the ones that are filed with the government. That's where you actually get the right information.
Services. Yeah, management. Okay, so management and general expenses have come to $92,000. They spent no money on fundraising.
Isn't it amazing?
That's what
People
they
that
said. They said they spent
you really have to do a deep dive on
program.
this.
Okay, so look, so outside program consultants, program service expenses came to $366,825, and then management and general expenses came to $92,040, and they spent zero on fundraising. I find that interesting that they didn't spend any money on
But they
fundraising.
said it's more. They said it's more on their website. They said that one of them got 200,000, the other one 180,000. So I'm very suspicious that they're only saying
Or
90
what? Who got that?
in their website. In their website, one of the guys got 180 something, and the other one has I don't know how many 100,000, and
As
then
salaries?
yeah, and salaries.
Okay,
Yes.
so that could be, hold on, program service expenses. Program consult. See, that's the thing. So, if when you're a charity and you have like a program, you can give certain dollars for the person that runs that program, and it will be considered a program expense, right? And I'm looking at their program expenses have come up to $366,000. What programs, like that's probably the salaries. What money are you spending on programs that come to that much money, except for your personnel cost?
Yeah,
And
I
like,
don't know because
and they're not
they
saying
didn't use
who.
any money for
No,
fundraising, did
they
they?
spent nothing on fundraising.
I am blown away. I don't have access to that. Because
And
first of
and
all, my
management and
internet is
general
limited.
expenses came to 92,000. Like what's that for?
Because in their website in Archwell, they posted that the impact report, right? That's how they call it, and they posted that they're. Let me see here, Pitana, because Archwell employees, Archwell Foundation employee
Oh,
salary.
okay, here it is. The organization makes its governing documents, conflict of interest policy, and financial statements available to the public upon request.
Okay, it says here, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle employees at their arch, but shouldn't that be included in that, because that's part of the expense that they have to report to that, right? Because
Report
you
to.
have to report, you have to, okay, you have to offset. They got $13 million in donations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to say who they donated to, and then they have to give the expenses, because they have to justify the amount of money that they're left
That
over
they
to,
spent.
right? And the
Mm-hmm.
person that they're getting paid, they have to have a pay slip.
Yeah. Yep. But they don't even list the names of their employees on here. They don't list their employees. They don't say, let me see, name, address, organization, or government. They don't even list their board of direct. Who are their board of directors?
Meghan and Harry. That's it.
That, are you serious?
I'm not kidding. Yeah. This says Prince and Harry and Meghan Markle's employee at the Archwell Foundation are earning six-figure salaries on average. Employees at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Archwell Foundation are making an average salary of more than $153,000, despite the company reporting losses.
They reported losses,
Yeah.
but they don't have any losses. They're not. Something don't seem right. I'm sorry. Something
The
does
Duke and
not.
Duchess of Sussex founded their Archwell Foundation charity in 2020, named after their 4-year-old son, Prince Archie, with the company taking on James Holt as executive director, who is known as one of Prince Harry's closest figures, and handing him a 280% salary increase. A tax return filed in the US showed Archwell Foundation donations plummeted from 13 million from several donors in 2021, but you can see how many donors there are, because it doesn't even tell you how many donors gave him that, right?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
To just over 1.6 million, $2 million from 2 donors, a significant 11 million decrease from last year. Archwell's executive director and president, James Holt, received a salary of $227,405, with senior strategic advisor Michael Stein pocketing $140,116, and co-executive director Shauna Knapp taking home $92,994.
This needs to be an investigation.
But you can request this from the IRS. You don't need to request it from them, because they can cook the books clearly.
That will be illegal.
This says the tax return shows that Harry and Meghan's foundation also recorded a loss of $674,485 due to the shortfall in donations. And yet, from 2020 to 2021, they increased their salaries of their employees by 280%, in spite of the fact that they're
Right. And that's the thing, charities, they have to go by the average of the income. I mean, the payment of salaries for certain positions. I don't know of anybody that should be getting, I know they pay a lot, but then there's other employees. That seems like a lot of money to pay, like this James Holt. Is he the executive director?
Yeah, he's the executive director. This is the same guy who allowed the thing to be delinquent.
Wow.
He was too busy getting paid to go to Nigeria. But yeah, PDina, so can you order like a request
Yeah.
that from
I'm,
can
I'm-
you do that?
yeah,
For
I'm going to.
You should request for the 3 years. It was 2020, but they got their thing approved in 2020, late 2020, remember? Because they got a lot of things.
Right.
So 2021, which is the file that you have right now.
So the 2020, but this is the thing, the 2021 is for their 2020 year.
And the 2022, you don't have it.
No.
The 2021, you don't have it. What you're looking at
This
is
is what I'm looking at, the 2021, but the 2021, okay, so our fiscal year is different than their fiscal year.
Yeah,
Their
theirs is
fiscal
from the
year.
1st of January till the 31st of December.
Okay, so their 2020 tax return, so their 2021 tax return should be for
It's
their
filed on the 2021 was filed
2020.
in 2022, April 2022. They were supposed to file the 2022 year. They have until April 2023 to do that. They didn't do it. They requested an extension.
And they should have a 2020 tax return if they have a January to December tax return. I mean,
Yeah, they
fiscal
don't have
year.
it. But they don't have it, do
They
they?
don't. No.
So the only one that you have is year 2021. That's it.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's no 2022 and no 2023.
Nope. And there's no 2021. They had to have one the first year as well. Because isn't that when they
Because
got
the 2021 is the one that you're reading, that they have the $13 million. That's the
Mhm.
2021, the one that you're reading.
Yeah.
But the
Mhm.
20, so they don't have the 2020 nor the 2022, and of course, nor the 2023.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Fucking
And this is
thieves.
June of 2024. Yeah, they're late. It's usually like 5 months after the end of the fiscal year, unless
They have
they file
until
the
April.
extension.
They're given until April.
Okay, but did they file an extension?
No, they filed an extension on 2022. On 2022, they were
Right.
supposed the 2021 year, they handed the 2021 in April. And then when 2022 finished, they were supposed to hand it on April 2023. In year 20,
Right.
they couldn't. So in 2023, they requested an extension that they were going to file the 2022 along with the 2023.
Mhm.
They
And
had
they
until April this year, which is why they got the delinquent notice, because they failed to
mhm.
submit the 2022 filings that
Right.
they got a whole year extension for.
Yeah, and they didn't file. So that's yeah. That's
So they're literally delinquent in 2 years.
yeah, and they would have a huge penalty if they did that. And so I wonder why yeah, so it doesn't even seem that they even filed it. Even though they have like you should definitely see 2022 here. And there's no reason why if they I mean they filed any extension, but it should already be up on the website. Like there you should still be able to see it. But they still haven't
Yeah.
done it. They're still delinquent.
But they removed them from the list of delinquent.
But they're still delinquent because it's not up. It's not, and unless the IRS is covering for them and not putting it up. I mean, I don't see it.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share something with you, because here I'm going to show you okay, guys, you're sleuthing with us right now. Okay, this is what we do. We take time to do this. What you're seeing right now that we're doing, this is exactly what we do when we prepare a video. So you're going to suck it and go through it with us. Okay, so here we go. This is directly the State Department website. I typed in Archwell Foundation and I got 6 results. I got delinquency, charity state, annual registration renewal, registry search tooltip, and this is the thing, okay? This is the things that you get. This is directly from the thing. This is the delinquency here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Updated forms, this is when you click on it. This is for the Archwell thing. You saw that. I mean, I'm going to show you again. When you click here, this is you see that I have Archwell Foundation, right? And I got 6 results on Archwell Foundation. So I'm going to click. I already clicked on this because I have the thing here, and I'm going to share that with you right now, because I have to, let me see. Is it showing? I don't know which one is showing. Oh no, the other one, that's the other one showing. So there was a new window that opened, which I will show with you right now. Okay. Is this one. Updated forms for 2022. This is what you get. Okay. This is what you get when to review the new annual renewal fee schedule, blah, blah, blah. You expect 30 to 90 days. This is when you click for Archwell in thing. So I don't know, because I don't know if they took the delinquency webinar and the stuff, and require annual filings. It's here. They have all the information. This is what I got when I clicked on that. Okay, so now I'm going to stop that one, and I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to show you the other one. It says Charity State California Justice, right? And then it tells you the stuff that they get, blah, blah, blah. And then you go to annual registration, and then you go the search tool for filings and top. Okay, here we go. Delinquency, the solution, you got the annual registration, and you got, for example, if you want to look at them. But when you go to the justice, the annual reports, for example, you go to the annual reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you type Archwell Foundation. I'm going to type Archwell Foundation for the annual reports. Nothing comes up.
Mm-mm. Yeah. See, that's the
Nothing
thing
comes up.
that concerns me, is because when you have a charity, you're supposed to try to be as transparent as possible about everything. And they're not having these tax returns up there, and the minimal information about where that 13 million came from on their 21 return just shows you that, like, unless one person, then they say Oprah gave all that like, who gave that 13 million?
No, there were two donations, one
There
for
were
10
two.
million and the other one for 10. But if you don't give them a receipt, if you don't make them public, they can't claim the tax write-off. So it's a loss. In order for the people to, you can't say that in order to get a receipt, you need to get a receipt. You need to get a receipt and be acknowledged for that, right? Because, for example, when
Yeah.
I had people donate, I had an amazing person who donated more than $5,000 to the charity, and I sent her the receipt, and I put her name down and everything, and I'm like, this is where it is, this is the registration, and I gave her the card because, of course, she needed to request what's it called, for her taxes.
A tax write-off, yeah, letter determination. Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing in the Justice Department. So I think you can request from the IRS online. You can request them to send you a copy of that, and you can request them to be audited because they haven't got that, and you're a charity, and you find it unfair that they are getting off with all of this.
Yeah, they had 9 million left over at the end of their return in 21, which is not a loss.
And you know what? They were charging, if I remember correctly, they were putting rent for the premises on Archwell. And then remember that French documentary guy that disclosed that there's nobody, they don't have any office, it's just the lawyer's office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're in Beverly Hills, Wilshire Boulevard, very expensive area.
But and they put like offices and stuff like that. So the French guy, do you guys remember in the chat? The guy went with the press to the official address listed for Archwell Foundation, which is somewhere in, where the hell is that place?
It's on Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, 5th floor.
No, but where the charity is registered, Pat, is what's this? What's it called?
Where it's registered?
Yeah, that they have this thing that is tax free. Is someplace in California that what's the name of that city that they said that you always register all your charities there because
that's or Delaware or
Delaware. All her charities are registered in Delaware. Thank you very much, Melly.
Let's see here. Ruling year is 2020. I don't know. I just think it's so.
PDina, you have to request that, please. If I could, I would, but my internet, I don't get these links and stuff like that, but you should really do this and really expose them because you are a charity. And as a charity, you say, you know what, these people are delinquent. They were removed from delinquent, yet their records are not there. I need to know because I think you can get it into a place where I have to look at the link, but I have to look for it. And you have to say, I want the records.
And you know what I'm looking at here? Well, they have no recorded board members. And any charity that has the founders as the board of directors is a clear shady sign. I know that firsthand because you can do that the first year when you're establishing, you're trying to recruit and get people to be on your board. But why, since 2020, they do not have a board of directors?
Let me look for that.
That is a red flag.
Because I remember I read that the board of directors for Archwell, it was Harry and Meghan Markle.
But that cannot be. That I'm not even on the board of directors for my charity.
Neither am I. I am not at all. That's one of the things that I am not. Nothing is in my name. You know that, Pat.
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand how they can be the board members.
Yeah, there you go. Founded in 2020 by Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and Meghan. And it's, that's it. That's
why you can't have Harry and Meghan as the board of directors is
No.
because that right there leads to not good representation of the funds, because there's no accountability. Like when you have your board meetings, you're supposed to go over your spending. You're supposed to go over, like the approval of people being paid certain dollar amounts. Like there's a checks and balance. And when the charity is only accountable to the people that founded it, then it's highly probable that the people that founded this charity are using this charity in a way that has no accountability. You're not supposed to be on the board of directors if you found a charity. Like it's not like in the United Kingdom.
Okay,
And I
listen.
remember when I founded my charity, I had to find people that were of experience in the field that I was going into, which was education. So in the beginning, you have people that that would, legitimately be able to work in education because their resumes reflect that. And then you get people in subsequent years who have an invested interest in doing the work of your charity and to be that oversight for the charity. And Harry and Meghan, I think, are clearly trying to not have oversight by saying that they are the board of directors. And I'm almost certain that is not allowed. And I don't think anybody is calling it out. You have to have, like, someone has to say something. I think it needs to be talked about, because that's not a good representation of your charity if you don't have a board of directors overseeing the work.
Well, listen what it says. Formation and trademarks. On March 3rd, 2020, an international Class 35 trademark application for the name Archwell was submitted for registration in the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which is registered in Delaware, but linked to the Beverly Hills offices of Richard Genau, a lawyer who has worked for Meghan for years. A second logo with the letters AW on top of each other was registered under a different Delaware firm. I have the description of services of trademark class 35, advertising as business. Okay. Business management, business administration, and the Duke and Duchess reportedly filed paperwork to create their own charity and volunteering services, wide-ranging website, and sharing education and training materials via films, podcasts, books. So they wanted to create films and make them tax deductible because they were going to claim that they were for educational purposes for the charity, which is really shady.
Because and they spent over $800,000 in this tax year on those services.
And then it says on May 26th, the trademark place assigned an examiner to review the application, and an irregularity notice was reportedly sent addressing a catalog of errors, including the vague nature of the proposed charitable work, according to documents. Such notice read, the wording providing a website featuring content relating to philanthropy, monetary giving, volunteering, career opportunities, and international class 35 is also indefinite and overbroad and must be clarified to specify the nature in the content provided. The notice allowed until August for changes to be made. Archwell website was officially launched in October 2020, although it was reported in April 2020 that Archwell would focus on issues including conversation, female empowerment, and gender equality. This had been confirmed by the organization. At the end of December 2020, the website was updated to reflect the nature of their charitable and commercial endeavors. In March 2021, it was reported that lawyers for the couple have blocked the trademark registration of Archwell Harvatera, a Philip. I remember this, guys. Oh, this is too funny, Pat. Do you remember this? You guys are going to laugh. There's this manicurist, the guy who does hands, manicure in the Philippines, whose little company was called Archwell, and he had it for many years.
Yes.
And tried to block. I did a video. I even invited him on my channel, but I couldn't get. I was supposed to have him, but then he was too busy fighting. So he launched an online help. I helped him, and so this is the Philippine guy who had hand and nails, and he was like, they want to take away my name. I've been had it for like 6 or 7 years, So they lost that. Let me see. And then he says that that Philippine brand of Hawa's deodorant that deodorant and manicure that filed a trademark application in July 2020. In July 2021, the application was told that trademark applications would require further revisions. Among them was requesting clarification that the group's audio branch would provide entertainment-based services. Lawyer were asked to provide, like, everything they keep is very vague and confusing.
Very vague, very vague. You're absolutely right. And I'm looking.
And look at the finances. Here we go with the finances. According to the organization's spokesperson, Archwell had no financial activity in 2020. Well, of course, because if they launched it in October 2020 or December, they wouldn't have any financial activity. So the only year that they have reported is 2021. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and its first bank account was opened, PDina, listen to this, in January 2021. They didn't even have a bank account.
That doesn't even make sense. So what they were
Because you're usually supposed to have a bank account when you submit that, right? You register and blah, 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 right? If it was moving October,
I don't think you register you have a bank account, and that's where you want your money to go for business purposes, but you don't have to register your bank account with the charity or with the IRS.
The gross amount of money raised by the charity was around $50,000 in 2020. But how come they didn't report it then if they raised $50,000? You don't have it there, right? There's nothing for 2020?
Nothing for 2020, no.
And then it says, in January 2023, the organization published an impact report of its activities between 2020 and 2022, which is the impact report that they put out. But this is not the official business tax report.
Right.
Which is a lot of people. Do you understand that, why you're confused? Because the things that you put there, the impact report that they put on Archwell, it's pure fantasy. PDina is looking right now, guys, on real time at the real records that are registered, which have nothing to do with the stupid impact report they put out there.
And there's just something that I just noticed. Okay, so when you look at their expenses for 2021, their expenses for other is more, and okay, so they have an other and legal. Those are the two highest paid columns for their expenses. And their other expenses are less, way less. I find it interesting that their other is at $458,000 in expenses for other with no category.
How much?
$458,000.
But they have to present receipts.
And this right here is showing that, because they have to show what are your expenses. Their salaries are at $49,000.
But that's not true. That's not what they report.
Their pension accruals are at $3,900. Their employee benefits are at $37,000. Their payroll taxes are at $9,000. That's about right for the $37,000. They're about $50,000 in employees. But their legal, why would your legal, if you are a new charity, come up to $200,000, and then your other is at $458,000 because you have all of these different donations to your charity, people that have money that is $13 million, right? Why are you spending $200,000 on legal? What in the world? And then 500 under other? Why? Wait a minute. Why? I don't understand why that's astronomical.
I just want to say something. You know, a lot of times PDina and I talk, and this is exactly what we do. We start looking. So you're watching what we a lot of times do, PDina and I. We're going back and forth looking before we give stuff. So basically, guys, this is what I want you to understand, that it was Harry and Meghan who prepared an impact.
Wait. No. That looks like it's more close to $1 million. This is how, remember when I was saying to you earlier, how sometimes you break up the category. If you, like, let's say you have an employee expense and then you have a program expense. Sometimes you can make your program expense be a part of your earnings. Like you can, like, let's say you make $50,000, but you want to show not all of it went to the employee. Well, half of that you can put into a different column, like program services. So like 25 for, one category of expenses. And then the other 25 for that same thing can go under a program expense for the other 25,000, but it's really 50,000. So on here, it looks like more $1 million went to, I'm assuming, I'm alleging, Harry and Meghan or somebody under other, because other is very inconspicuous. What in the world goes under other? Because usually your other column is a lot less than your other named columns.
Yeah.
And this looks like $1 million, $500,000 went to other, and then the other half, which is close to almost $500,000, went to program service expenses, which could have been their travel, which could have been things that
Meghan's
they
clothes.
clothes. It could have been a lot of different things. That, I'm telling you, that does not sound right to me. If I were running a charity like with this kind of dollars,
Oh, you would have been flagged a long time. You'd be in jail. I'd be visiting you there.
That doesn't even seem right to me. I mean, that much money went under other.
Yeah. PDina, there's something Elaine said, a very good comment. PDina, also check California state taxes. They have to file those that where they live. All their foundations and charities are in Delaware. So where should we be looking for their file?
In Delaware, that's why they do Delaware, because Delaware has different laws where you can be under the radar. There's certain things you don't have to do. And this is why a lot of companies or people that have businesses, because the tax liability is so much different. And I think even reporting or showing your earnings in that state, because that's a state, is different. They have it routed to California because that's where they live, but their legal filings I'm looking at, or what you're saying, Paula, I think is Delaware.
Yeah, they are registered in Delaware. It's just that they put their offices, they linked the office, but the charity is open in Delaware. So where do we go? But you can still ask the IRS. They still have to give a tax report.
Yeah, and then, oh my God, and then they have management expenses under legal. They came to 206,000 for legal, for management. Like, legal category has 3 different categories. You have your program expenses under legal. You have actually it's 2. You have your program expenses under legal, and then you have your management. Okay, so the total is the 213. The total is 213, and the other total expenses for their other, okay, it is $500,000. So $500,000. Okay, so it is $500,000 that they spend under other. So I looked at that wrong, but it is $500,000, not $1 million.
This is
that because they have it backwards. I mean, usually it's on the right-hand column, but it's on the left-hand column, the total. So yeah, but still, that's just a lot of money to go for other. And I think,
you know what, PDina, can we, you know what, we're going to get into this. Can we hire a CPA? Can you request?
Wait. This is really important. If line 11G amount exceeds 10% of line 25, column A, which it does not, then, okay, you can't exceed 10%. Okay, well, they did that correct then.
So do you think can you request, but the IRS has to provide you the tax reports because they are a public charity, and the tax reports have to be made, as you read, available to you per request, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Not the impact report, PDina, but the tax reports,
the tax
right?
report.
So can you request the 2021, the 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, and we can pay a CPA to go over it and see what's going on?
Yeah, I think I think that would be good, because I think it just doesn't add up right that there's so much under. I just can't get over the other column. I'm sorry, because that's like where your leftover expenses go. Okay,
I know, isn't that shady?
Huh?
That's shady as hell.
It really
but
is.
They still haven't submitted the 2022 report nor the 2023.
It's shady that there's so much under legal, and there's so. Is this where Harry's paying for his legal bill for suing the newspapers, which has nothing to do with Archwell? Is he paying it through his
they don't have any fundraising? Have you noticed how they haven't done any events for fundraising?
They haven't done any fundraising, and they've got a lot of expenses for legal. There's no lawsuits with Archwell. There are for Harry. But and I think Harry, I'm assuming, I'm alleging that Harry is paying for his legal expenses through his charity.
I assume so.
That's exactly what it looks like to me. I'm sorry, but $200,000 for legal and you're a new charity. You only need legal when you start your charity. And it certainly don't come up to no $200,000 with 2 board members being the founders. Like it's all backwards and doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, but I can sit and look at this all day. What have you got me into, Paula? What in the world? I'm all in on this.
No,
I'm
now,
all in.
and do a live or do a video about it, and I'll come and I'll bring all my people over, build it and they'll come. But
Yeah, I have to. We have to do that. But look, I have a training at 4 o'clock. I got to get
no, I
ready
have
to
to go have
go.
another live to go to. Victoria invited me to her live in
Oh,
like
okay.
15 minutes.
This is
Diana,
interesting.
this is pretty good. Afterwards, we'll talk because we have to talk about the other thing that we were going to do that you talked to that guy, remember? About it,
Oh,
finding out that information. We're
that's
gonna do it. By the way, Limonada, I want to say something. Our Princess Limonada, I will give $50 to PDina because she sent us both. She sent 100 chat, Pat,
oh,
and
that
I'll
is
give you
so
$50
sweet.
for both of us. So I'll send it to you
Thank you.
for that. So thank you very much for everybody who donated. I will, whatever comes out of this, I'm gonna check how much we made on this live, Pat, and I will give you half of it for your charity. Okay, sweetie?
Oh, that is so
You've
kind
had
of you.
very, very no, you've supported me with my stuff, and we still have figure out if you're coming here to help me with building stuff because I'm still
Yeah.
talking to American Airlines because I missed the deadline. But thank
Okay.
you very much, Pat. You're amazing, and you
Okay.
should definitely do this. And we're gonna talk
Thanks,
later to see if we can hire a CPA or
okay.
whatever, and the
Yeah.
other guy. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Limonada. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So, guys, please go support PDina. I am absolutely blown away because you know what? I thought they had submitted the 2022 reports for them to be removed as delinquents because it says so there that they need, in order to be removed as delinquent, they have to receive the records first, and then they take 30 to 90 days for them to be removed from the list because they're supposed to review the records. But you know what? This is typical Harry and Meghan. You know what this reminds me of? When the Royal Foundation transfer about 300,000 pounds or something like that for them to start Sussex Royal. Remember, guys? And then Harry removed that money and sent it to Travelist, and then they shut it down. And they said that they used over 100,000, 150,000 pounds on legal just to shut down that thing. It is absolutely unbelievable. So please go subscribe to PDina. Thanks for your support, beautiful people. You guys are amazing. Thanks for everything you do. And please go support PDina. But I hope you enjoyed it because exactly what you saw us do, this is how we do it. When we're reviewing or investigating stuff, I talk with PDina a lot, and we usually spend, oh my, did you see this? Did you see that? So thank you very much. And I hope you have enjoyed this live. See, I told you were going to love my guest because I adore her. So thank you very much, guys. And you have a wonderful, I think it's Saturday today. And go watch me on Victoria's because in 15 minutes, in 12 minutes, I'm going to be in her channel with Tina and Cynthia. So we're going to talk about all kinds of things. So thank you very much, beautiful people. And thanks for your amazing support.